Here's my computer. It's a custom built with a Be Quiet case. It's got two Noctua fans in the front for push and then two on the back for pull. And it's got a Intel i7 8700K processor. So this computer's from 2017. And it's got a EVGA hybrid 1080 Ti NVIDIA graphics card with the hybrid means it has a cooler on the back, a water cooler. So got a water cooler, a 2000 millimeter water cooler on the front, and then a 120 millimeter water cooler for the graphics card. So it's nice and quiet. And I've got 32 gigabytes of memory and plenty of hard drive space. So this is the computer. So the 1080 Ti is plenty good enough to run the HP Reverb G2. Here's my driving wheel. It's a ForceFeedback Logitech Momo. It's pretty old. The previous driving game I've used before is this GRT2, which is, I don't forget what year this is. 2006. So haven't done much driving lately, but I'm excited about the Project Cars. I bought the original Project Cars, and I'm just getting around to driving it now. I wanted to wait until I got the HP Reverb G2 before I used it. I'll show you what I was using before in a minute. But anyways, here's my wheel. So it just connects to the desk by this little bracket on the bottom here. You screw it in. That works really well, solid. And then here are the pedals. So it just has a gas and brake. I don't really want to use a shift when I'm driving. I'd rather use the paddle shifters. They're more fun. Plus, that's what Formula One uses. So this wheel comes with a shifter, but I'd rather just use the paddle shifters. And of course, for force feedback, you need power, so I got to plug this in. And then the pedals plug into the wheel using this connector. So this is you wouldn't use this connector today, but and this wheel is probably 20 years old now, something like that. And then to go to the PC, you just have a USB port. I'll plug it to the front of the PC over here. So I'll get that set up, and then we'll configure it to make sure the computer knows about it. So this is the first time I used it on this new computer, even though this is 2017. So I've got the pedals plugged into the wheel and the wheel plugged into the PC. Now I'm going to turn on the power. When you do that, the wheel goes through a testing thing where it tests its limits. So now the force feedback is on now. You can feel its resistance when you turn this. So the next step is to get into the PC, into the game controller settings, and make sure that the PC recognizes this controller. Then we can use it in the game. I went to the Logitech website. I did a search for Logitech Momo driver and downloaded the latest driver from Logitech. So I'm going to install that. I accept the terms, and then we'll be able to configure our wheel. Make sure it's got the right driver and the system recognizes it. Otherwise, we can't use it inside the game. So here was the setup wizard. Okay. Stick to my game controllers, so hopefully it'll find the wheel. Alright, the wheel turned. It made a turn, so I guess it found it.
Yeah, so we found the device and it's ready. All right, that's what we want. Now we can test it. Try the big pedal. I was pushing both at the same time. Try the buttons. Oh, that simulates a car crash. What's this one do? Engine starting up. Alright, that's fun. Chainsaw. Just testing the force feedback. What's this one do? Wooden bridge. Okay, how about cobblestones? They got that? UFO crash. That's the last one. Vortex. Oh man. I can't escape the vortex. Alright, looks like it's working. Excellent. Alright, now we'll try using it in the game and see what happens. So here's the README from 2010. Okay. Does support Windows 10. This doesn't say Windows 10 down here, but on the Logitech page, it said that it was the driver supports up to Windows 10, so I'm all set. All right, next stop, Project Cars. We're gonna set up Project Cars with the wheel without using the HP Reverb G2 to start with, and then we will use the headset once everything's working. It's very difficult to try to get things to configured whenever we have your headset on. So we want everything to be working, then we'll use the headset, and then it'll be fun just to be immersed in the game. As part of the Logitech software, they give you this profiler, which is always handy. So now you can configure all the buttons to do whatever you want. Send different commands to the game, and you can test it. Yeah. So you can set up a game profile for each of your games and then configure all the buttons and so forth.
In the past, what I've used for head tracking for flight simulators and driving games is this Track IR 5. So this is a IR receiver, and then you attach these IR emitters to your headset, and then as these move around, they're detected by the detector, and then the software figures out where your head's turning. Problem with that is you have to keep your head super straight when you're setting it up, and then you can only, when you move your head a little bit to the right, it'll move the screen more than you do, so that you can still look at the screen as you turn your head to the right, up or down, or behind you, or whatever. So it's kind of good. I mean, for the time, it was the best that you could do, and it certainly added a lot to particularly flight sims, where you could look all around and see where the planes were and so forth. And for driving games, it helped because you're looking into the turns and stuff. It's just more realistic instead of looking at a static screen. So now it's kind of a pain to use, like I said. So now with HP Reverb G2, I don't have to deal with that anymore. I'll just put the virtual reality headset on, and I'll just be using that. So that'll be super immersive and a lot more fun. So.
If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Post a comment if you have any questions or ideas, and I'll try to respond. That's all for now, but more videos are coming, and if you want to see them, please subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification icon if you don't want to miss one. This is Beta Cygni signing out, and keep looking up.